Hello and welcome to the channel. With the recent release of Saints Row the 3rd Remastered, I thought it'd be fun to revisit Saints Row 4 Re-Elected and see how well it holds up in 5 years after its initial release date. The key areas we are going to look at today are story, graphics, gameplay, replay value, and my personal opinion of Saints Row 4 Re-Elected. Let's find out how well it holds up in the year 2020. Be sure to let me know down in the comments below which game you would like to see reviewed on the channel next. Starting off with the story of Saints Row 4 Re-Elected, it is a very unique adventure to say the least. It centers once again around the 3rd Street Saints as they extend their global control. You, as the leader of the gang, has just become the President of the United States of America. Aliens start to show up and things get even crazier for the famous street gang. This is by far the most over-the-top story we've seen in the Saints Row game yet, and it constantly delivers the insane culture we have grown to love from the franchise. It's amazingly well crafted for this style of game, even in 2020 gaming standards. Now moving on to the graphics, there's definitely some things to point out here. As the game is 5 years old, of course there isn't going to be the over-the-top, high-end PC style graphics here to show off. But what Saints Row 4 Re-Elected does accomplish really helps to smooth the experience out as you play and progress through the story. The textures aren't as sharp as recent titles, the shadow quality isn't as crisp, the NPCs seem a little bit stiff, to be honest. But from a 5-year-old game, there isn't a lot that can be complained about. What Saints Row 4 Re-Elected does get right is that it has a stable frame rate and great lighting within the game. There is a lot of flashy things in this game, and the sense of speed and the advanced lighting blend incredibly well for its age. The lower end detail is quite noticeable, but it really shouldn't falter the fun you'll have while exploring Steelport once again. Now moving on to the gameplay, if you've played a Saints Row game before, then you know exactly what to expect with this game. Aside from the typical over-the-top gameplay and the comical groin assault, there has been a slew of additional gameplay mechanics added for Saints Row 4 Re-Elected. The best part of this new mechanic system are the superpowers that have been added into this game. You got telekinesis, fire, ice, flight, super speed, super jumping. Honestly, if you've read a comic book before, the powers from them are shown off in a glorious fashion here in the game. The gameplay by far is the highlight of Saints Row 4 Re-Elected. Shifting gears, now we're going to take a look at the replay value. So first off, there is tons of replay value here for you. You've got all the DLC that came out after post-release from the original Saints Row 4 release, plus the Get Out of Hell standalone game. So you're getting 2 games here. Get Out of Hell was planned as a DLC release, but they eventually just revamped it and repolished it to make it its own standalone game. So it's great that we get this time around with Re-Elected for one price. Not to mention all the collectibles and trophy or achievements to get. With all of those things, you can easily provide you 200 to 300 hours worth of great content for this game. It's definitely a game to revisit in 2020 so far. Now, what's my personal opinion of Saints Row 4 Re-Elected in 2020? I mean, it's a Saints Row game, so you know exactly what you're getting with this type of game. Do I believe it has the strongest story in the world? Or for the franchise? No, but that doesn't mean it's not fun. If you can play it with a friend, you can co-op the entire game together. Smacking your friend with a giant dildo sword has never been more entertaining. And I'm presuming that's the only game you can do this in, so kudos to Volition. I highly recommend you giving Saints Row 4 Re-Election a try if you haven't already. There you have it. There has been my review of Saints Row 4 Re-Elected in 2020. I hope this review has helped paint a clearer picture on where the game stands 5 years after its initial release date. If you are new to the channel, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to stay up to date with new gaming reviews every single week. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.